Indexceptional review. Today I'm joined with Karl Hudson, the founder of Searcheroo. Does a hell of a lot of link building. And what's your thoughts then on indexceptional.com?
So previously it was meh, but now since they've revamped the whole thing, honestly, it's probably one of the best indexes out there. Now, the results have always been great on an indexing point of view, but just like the user interface wasn't the most intuitive, but they've took like the feedback on board, I think, from quite a few customers, and they've sort of revamped the whole system. And it's now by far, I would say, one of the best indexes I've ever used.
So with regards to indexing them as a link builder and stuff like that, and you own quite a lot of affiliate sites, lead generation websites and stuff like that, what are you using the indexing for from indexceptional.com?
Yeah, so primarily, if you're doing tweets, if you're doing Facebook statuses, group statuses, things like this, you can shove all of that into the indexer, and it will typically index it usually within 24 hours. It's usually within a few hours, if I'm being honest. Like sometimes I laugh because I go and make a cup of coffee and come back, and all of a sudden all of the links are indexed. So it's pretty good in that sense. And yeah, just to help feed Google essentially, pick up the links, make sure the links are indexed, and often I then see movement in the rankings a lot quicker.
So with regards to that, let's say you went and did a press release from Searcheroo, would you be trying to grab hold of all the 350 kind of backlinks of what it kind of syndicates out to and loading all 350 in to try and get indexed by Indexceptional?
Yeah, so I would often probably run a script which would tell us whether or not it's actually indexable in the first place, because obviously some of the press release websites might not be indexable. If that is the case, I'm also pretty sure the Indexceptional, the Chrome extension will actually tell you whether or not it is crawlable, which is a big saver in that sense. And then all you do is, put them in, hit submit. And the whole reason for that is you want to flood, especially with AI nowadays, you want to flood the whole narrative with, the press release and about your brand and stuff like that.
When you talk about flooding it and getting it indexed within Google search, tell people the importance of consensus. So trying to have that repeated message being done for LLM visibility, and why using a tool like Indexceptional can help get it indexed, but what's the benefits of consensus?
Yeah, so it's almost, if you imagine like almost a confidence score. So it needs to understand, an LLM will understand or begin to understand what an entity is based off how many documents there are mentioning this, the attributes of this entity. So in terms of consensus, you want to be building as many articles as possible, saying the same things about your entity and attributes of the brand or the person, reviews, testimonials. We're going into listicles, verses, articles, etc. Just anything that demonstrates the quality of the brand that you have. And you need to be doing it everywhere, shouting from the rooftop.
Yes, with regards to that then on Indexceptional, I've looked online. You've given it a 5-star review on Trustpilot. Yeah. You give it a 5-star review on Google Business Profiles. So what is it that makes it that it's got a 5-star rating at Indexceptional, and why? I think on one of the reviews of what you did, you said it's the best Google indexing tool there is on the marketplace at present.
What I like the most about it is you submit the list of URLs, you hit go, usually within, like I said, within a couple of hours it's done. If not, it actually just refunds you anyway. So it's like a no-brainer. Why wouldn't you use it? Because
and then one last question. What was interesting on one of the 5-star reviews on Trustpilot, I think it was, you spoke about link rot, and you were saying that there's some existing URLs and web pages that you load into indexceptional.com that are already indexed, and you do it because you want Googlebot to come back to it. So I don't know whether like you're doing freshness of content and getting it to recrawl it, or whether you just want a Googlebot to come back to try and remove any link rot that might be on old links that might be on there.
Yeah, so sometimes, it's the Googlebot might have just done the first call and just indexed, the top level of the page. And I want, maybe if it's a huge article, I want it to index the whole article. So sometimes I will run multiple times through Indexceptional just to try and increase the amount of visibility that the Googlebot's actually crawled.
Yeah, so as a Indexceptional testimonial, what final words have you got to say with regards to the 5-star rating of what you give it?
I would say give it a go. It's one of the best indexing tools I've used on the planet. It's by far better than, I'll not name competitors, but it's by far one of the best in the marketplace. Yeah, give it.
And what would you say for anyone who's not actually using any indexer at present? What's the importance of using Indexceptional as being an indexer that should be being done for backlinks, or it could be, you've mentioned social media posts, stuff like that. Why should someone be using an indexer in the first place?
I would use an indexer just to hack time, because there's if you're just sat waiting, it might be a decent website and it might get indexed, but if you look at the amount of content that's being published online nowadays, especially because of the rise of AI, like, you need to be trying to say to Google, look at this damn page, I want this indexed.
Yeah.
And that's why you'd use Indexceptional.
Yeah, right. Thank you very much for giving the 5-star rating for Indexceptional review. And thank you very much, Karl.
No worries, mate.